Stephanie
Hi.
Lodge. What? Wait, unmute Stephanie, because we don't want to miss a word you're saying.
That was a good idea. I got so excited to come on video. I forgot I need to have sound. That would help. Oh,
Thanks for joining us.
So excited to be here.
Can you maybe turn your mic up a little bit, maybe?
Oh, yeah, let me try to do that.
Oh, that's okay. I think my thing was down.
Okay.
But, okay, I think that sounds pretty good. Say hello.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good. I think it's good for me.
Let me check here. I'm looking on my computer just to make sure my inputs are high.
Your inputs
I can hear
are
you
high,
perfectly.
and your outputs are good too. Your
My
inputs
input, yeah, let me put it up a little higher. Hold on.
yeah, just a little bit maybe. We don't want to miss anything.
So
And
that's me. Okay, that's about as high as I can get it, love.
no,
I hope
that's fine. That's
I hope
perfect.
that's enough.
No, you're perfect. You're perfect. Okay, go ahead. Do you want lead off, or you're just going to jump into it?
Whatever you guys want me to do, I am ready, willing,
You
and
just
able
go
to
for it.
you.
Just go ahead. Tell us your
Go into
story
it.
and go ahead. Go for it.
All right. So my name is Stephanie Lodge, everybody. People call me the Hug Angel, and I just want to open all of this up with just a beautiful hug from my heart to yours. So I just want to send, for whoever would like to receive this, the Christos light of the Sophia and all of the wisdom of the angels to come into your heart with me right now, through me, sending this divine dispensation. Just taking a deep breath, if that's what you're open to. It's all for love, all for the unified field of consciousness that we are here connected to always as love. So just take a deep breath. And as this love comes into you, you may feel some tingles, you may feel some emotions come up. That's totally normal. And I'm activating my eyes right now. There's a statement that I use: may all that I gaze upon be blessed. And as my eyes are being activated, this was a skill that I learned from Yeshua and Magdalene, and the consciousness of all of the Christos family. This is an energy signature that is being reclaimed on this planet right now. And as an angelic being of light, I am here as an angelic soul stream to just dispense these energies, these harmonics, to create an alchemy of love for everyone here. And that is where I like to begin. So thank you for receiving that heart hug from my heart to yours. This is what I know. As we are wrapping up this beautiful conference, there's been many, many beautiful wisdom streams that have come through. How is mine different, or how is it the same? You'll see for yourself. But what I will know is this for you and me in this moment of now is that we are all connected. We are all one consciousness of source love, having its way with itself through many experiences. And as I am connecting into what I call the halo, the holographic assembly light organization around each and every one of us individually and as a whole here, I'm bringing us into heart-soul coherence and mind coherence so that we are activating and amplifying the collective genius. Because really, as an angelic soul, and what it means to be an angelic walk-in, or what I like to say fly-in sometimes, is to understand that we are always in service to the collective. It is never just about me, Stephanie. It is always about the collective. It is always about the consciousness of humanity and all sentient beings on this planet. I want to tell you a little bit about my story so you have an understanding of where I come from and where all this started for me, so you have a better ability to connect to me. Oh, let's see, where do I want to begin? Well, when I was a young girl, I had a lot of skills of sensitivity, let's say awareness. My first awareness was being in my crib and noticing that there was a being with me. It was a guardian, but at the time I didn't know that. At the time I was a little bit freaked out by it actually. And it caused me to have a trauma set into the body. For me to be embodied, for me to anchor into my body, actually, I had to be aware that I had a body. And as an angelic, it's difficult sometimes for us to really stay in the body and know that we have one in the first place. We oftentimes are found in the higher dimensions, floating into the daydreams, right? And the imaginational fields. And so my first, let's just say 7-8 years of fundamental programming, as we might call it, were very much filled with trauma. I had a lot of experiences of fear that were based in the home, just hearing loud noises. My dad had an interesting personality. He was Middle Eastern. He was the one who raised me. He was not my biological father, but I didn't know that at the time. And in fact, I didn't find that out till I was 21 years old, which was another kind of interesting opening. But while I was a young girl, what I remember is that there was a lot of energies around me, and I would have to go into my imagination to just tolerate the experience of being in human form. Then at the age of about 5 or 6, actually, let me rewind, 4 or 5, I was walking from my bedroom in my house into the hallway, and I suddenly felt this like drop in fully, like an anchoring, if you will, of my soul into my body. And I finally was conscious of like, oh, my name is Stephanie. I'm here. I'm finally landed, right? And this is my life. This is what I'm doing. Like, it was like I came into the fuller consciousness of my ego and my id and all of those levels of my personality. So from there, at about the age of 5 or 6, I was at summer camp and I fell off a cliff. I actually just walked straight off a trail thinking the grass was all level, but it was actually just really tall and looked level. And I walked straight off a cliff and I flew through the air and I landed straight on my body, hit my head really bad, lost consciousness briefly and came back. And I just popped up like nothing had happened, like almost like you'd be an avatar in a video game and you died and you just reset. Seriously, that was what it was like. And I popped up and I didn't have any emotional response. Maybe I was a little bit in shock too. And a girl said to me, wow, if it was me, I would be crying. And then I went, oh, right. And so I started crying, right? It was like I didn't know how to be in my body. And for many years after that, I was very sensitive. I would cry all the time. And I went through, like I said, a lot of just really intense emotions. I was very tall, so I just wasn't accepted readily. And I didn't feel like I was from here. I didn't want to be here. There was a lot of angst and despair and hopelessness in my childhood. So when my 20s rolled around, I suddenly started exploring spirituality and regaining some of the templates of remembrance of what and who I am in a bigger field of consciousness. And in that process, I eventually met a woman about, I think I was about 33 years old actually, who said to me that I was one of Archangel Michael's girls. And I didn't really know what that meant. And angels at that time were just, you know, oracle decks or things like that, but it wasn't really something serious that I took. And I wasn't in the full remembrance yet of who I was because I had gone through so much trauma. So eventually what happened was I started going down a lot of angel streams, or what people call rabbit holes, right? And regaining the codes and the light codes and the streams of consciousness of others to assemble some remembrance of really what I knew to be true, is that I only had to have faith in myself. I knew this from a very young age. I never put my belief in any religious belief system. I knew that also from a young age. I had been baptized Catholic and Buddhist. I was raised Jewish and really non-denominational Christianity, I guess you could say, because my mother would have Christmas trees, right? But I really never attached myself to any belief system. I knew fundamentally there was a knowing in me that that wasn't for me. And what was interesting is around the time that I started activating my remembrance of being an angelic, I was studying, because I had gone to film school, I was studying Kabbalah to write a script. And the Kabbalah, or the fire letters, or the keys within the languaging of that, 72 angels specifically started to activate my neural pathways and rewire me and reconnect me back to my original soul blueprint or lineage. So what I know now and what I can tell you now is through a lot of divine dispensation of angels and light beings and my stream team, as I like to call them now, but my councils or my entourage, these beings are always supporting me because they are me. They are part of me. And I'm connected lineage-wise, for those who care, I am connected to the Christ lineage through the blue ray beings, through the builder races, through the original architects of this planet, and I am part of the guardianship of this planet. I knew this at a very young age in an innate way. I always had a very strong connection to Gaia, but it wasn't until later in life that I really understood what that meant and what my responsibilities were. So since then, I've become what you might call an angelic shaman. That means I work in the higher dimensions of people. I bring them into deep remembrance of their own nature. And that could be starseed, that could be angelic, that could be a hybrid of both. It could be anything really, you know, there's so much in the holographic consciousness. But what I really specialize in is angelic ascension and teaching people how to angelic light stream like myself. So that means connecting in, making sure we're clear, making sure our discernment is up, and making sure that we have the highest vibration of what I call the diamond light coming through us at all times, so that we can dispense that through our aura field, or what I call our halo, as well as through our tones, our voice, right? Our image of light that we give off, everything about us having a grander, brighter radiance, right? So that we can be effective messaging systems or healing systems, or what I prefer to say, harmonizing systems. Because really everything that I understand at this time is really coming into harmony. It's all about that. It's about working with the harmonic alignments. And this means that you are either in balance with your life or everything's in total chaos, right? And it also means that you understand that there is a fundamental male feminine principle running through you at all times that is connected to a third party, if you will, or a third aspect, which would be the source, which would be what you might call God. And for me, I prefer to call it source because I believe words matter. Words have certain frequency of technology within them, if you will, and how words are dispensed matter. And God is used in so many myriad of ways, and a myriad of uses, but also some people think of the gods, multi-gods, right? God systems, if you will. And so I like to differentiate that this is the creator of all. This is the creator of your soul, the prime creative consciousness that is creating everything. So how I see angels, because sometimes people say, oh, are you an angel as in an angelic being that is, you know, with the wings and the halo and so forth? And the answer to that would be yes, but more importantly, I am angelic. And angelic to me means multidimensional. I have a multifaceted heart system, a hyper diamond heart really, which means that I am working at sacred geometric formats that go beyond the third dimension. There's an exclamation point there for that. So that just means the third dimension right now is the field that you might think of as this planet, right? Then there's the fourth, fifth, and up. When I access dimensions, I look at it as degrees or frequencies of consciousness in the holographic playing field. And so we can portal in, we can leap, we can go into, you know, the 44th dimension if we want to, or that degree of consciousness that is so high frequency and pure in its intention as love and all the rest that it conveys, that when we bring that into our field and we bring that into our own systems, we start to activate what I call our diamond DNA. Our diamond DNA meaning our multidimensional version, the etheric version, not just the genetic, let's look at it under a microscope version, right? So I do activations of that nature too for people so that they can go what I call broader bandwidth. So even for those who might work with the angels, you know, they might work with Archangel Michael or Metatron or any of the labels that we give them on this plane of reality, right? But you can actually hold 12, 14, 18, you can hold much more current when you are capable of aligning yourself to the harmonics of those energies, right? So that's some of what I do now as an angelic ascension advisor. And I really enjoy the process of awakening angels. That's my mission here, is to awaken angels, take them into these experiences viscerally so they remember who they are, and entrain their cellular makeup to vibrate at these frequencies so that they can bring in their own genius, their own dispensation of love and harmony, and all that they know from the signatures of light that they carry. Because each and every one of you, whether you consider yourself a starseed, a walk-in, an angel, it doesn't really matter fundamentally what you want to call yourself. What matters is how much are you bringing love through, and how much are you loving yourself to do so? And that is really my message today, is to really own our sovereign nature as love, and to really liberate this planet from all of the mental that it finds itself in right now, the confusion and the chaos, right? To liberate ourselves from that and to rise above that and go to the first station of light, what I would call source, right? And say, okay, what is it for me to know? What am I here to know now? And what am I bringing in? And that is my educational, informational portion of the stream. I just want to take a moment and see if anybody had anything to add before I went into the experiential. If there's any questions come up or anything about anything I shared, you know, whether it's Alan or Sheila or anybody else. Or should I just continue?
I am going through the chat right now. There's so many wonderful, high resonating radiance. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, I think you're good to go.
Thank you, everybody. I'm just looking down. My camera and my screen are different. Okay, so what I want to share with you today is something I call the halo method. It's part of a new masterclass I'm teaching, and this Magdalene masterclass is called Angelic Light Streaming, and I'm going to have a little special offer for everybody at the end. But the halo method is something where we acknowledge the energy around us, and in that halo, right? I want to teach you first about your halo because it's important to activate it, to acknowledge it, and to really be responsible is the best way to say for it. Okay. The halo, again, stands for your holographic assembled light organism or organization. What is organizing you? And it's always reorganizing you at all times, okay? Every thought, every emotion, every feeling that's coming up, it impacts and interfaces with your halo. Now, your halo you can kind of think of as a bubble of light. Some people call it that. But I really see it as a prismatic or plasma field of diamond light, specifically. And it has like a mirror ball effect a little bit, right? Crystalline mirror ball effect at the edges. And what this does is it serves as a buffer or a frequency barrier so that any distortion, chaos, confusion that is outside of you, that's in the source field in general, like everyone around you, let's say, that is coming towards you, it's going to think twice. It's going to go, whoa, diamond halo's up. Do I want to step into that or do I want to stay out here and kind of watch what's going on? Because what it serves as is almost like a house of mirrors. When something comes in, it gets reflected in so many different millions and trillions of ways that there's really no shadow in that space. So anything that is of what people might call a shadow aspect or an adversarial aspect will not really be able to pass through it. That's the idea. So when we put this up and when we consciously create that, because we are co-creating at all times with a holographic field, we are setting an impression in that interface between ourselves, our energy systems, and everything else that says, this is my domain, this is what I am sovereign over, this is my responsibility, and everything else is out there, right? Now, there is a certain frequency formula I use when I'm setting up this halo. And I actually, can I do screen share, Sheila? Is it possible to do that? I think I can, right?
Absolutely. Just hit the screen share button.
Okay, let me do that. Because what I'm going to do is I put a little bit of a thing together. Just a little one. All right, let me just get here. Hold on. Oh my goodness. I got to move all these screen things. Okay, so this is just a little presentation I put together, and I'm going to skip through it since we already kind of covered some of this. Hello again, I'm Stephanie Lodge. I just want to say here, just because I didn't cover this, I'm also an emissary for the Angelic Magdalene, just to be really clear. This is a very specific frequency that holds some of the grail codes, as some people refer to them as, of the sovereign solar seraphim energies. So these are massive amounts of light energy that are coming through our solar energetics. And it's a new consciousness, not new, but it's a regaining consciousness, right? That's rising to create greater harmony on the planet today. So this frequency coming in, it's really important to think about it from a standpoint of we are aligning to certain conscious frequencies now and regaining some of the energies that have been taken out of the system and we're putting them back in And each of us is a little bit like a biohacker that way. We're like coming in with information by our very existence and our presence and the dispensation of light and love through us. It is coding into the system and rekeying and coding the energetics. So it is really important for us to remember who we truly are in that regard, okay? As I mentioned earlier, I'm part of the Blue Builder race. So this is aligned to the Mikael or Archangel Michael frequency. More importantly, is part of the original architects of the planet. So technically my soul has been incarnating before the planet had humans. And we were holding a lot of the elemental energetics to build Gaia. So because of that, I have certain access to some of the grid systems, and I know many others do as well. And so part of my responsibility is to work on the grid fields and to assist in reharmonizing, putting up pylons, energies, things of that nature to support what I call the liberation of the planet into its sovereign earth or diamond earth field collectively, okay? So we're currently regaining what I call the solar feminine Christ codes of the Dragon Mother. And this is coming in through the sacred seraphim templates. These are templates of dragon light, and fire and water are the elements that we're working with mostly. So the ether is the dispensation I'm going to be doing today in our experience. And I just want to set this up by explaining that. But the halo method, as I mentioned earlier, this is important because this little statement right here, which I'm going to see if you, hopefully you guys can see it, but basically what it says, and you can make a screenshot if you like for those playing at home. I only allow for the highest frequencies and consciousness of living light, ultimate love, and immaculate grace to remain within my presence now and always. So what does that do? That means you are setting up a parameter that if you are a channel or a light stream like myself, if you are connecting to any of your systems, any of the beings that you connect to, your councils, as much as we trust them all, this is kind of a safety measure to ensure that if they're having a bad day or they're kind of off, right? Because everything can be sometimes, that this is kind of saying, well, I'm only going to take the highest version, the most immaculate version of consciousness and love. And the grace really represents the ability to be neutral and be in equability with whatever's coming through. So you can hold a non-judgment, right, about it. You can hold compassion. You can hold certain energies, like I would say graceful authority, that says, no matter what is coming through, I can hold my own. I can stay clear and present. So this is a really good formula to put into your halo, to put into that frequency field, all right? And harmonically align, light, optimize, this is the other way of thinking of halo, to that vibration that says, this is what I allow for. This is what I give audience to. Everything else stays outside. Okay. So for some, you know, they get a lot of fear coming in and they're concerned or worried about the state of the world or thinking they're getting psychically attacked or these types of consciousness. This formula, when you think of your halo and you put that in and you state it as law, because your word is law, right? When you state it with conviction, then this formula serves as a barrier of entry. So it's kind of like saying you don't get any toxin in the juice and any toxin in the milk, right? You want to keep everything clear as possible. So again, this is just a starting point. And the halo method is a lot longer process, and I teach it in my master course, but this is something at least I wanted to give everybody as a starting point. So you really have an idea of how your word works, how you're creating holographically, and that when you set yourself up into this experience of life, that you have abilities, you have technologies that you can work at the soul level to bring in a better understanding of your whole systems, to streamline them, because that's the other thing. Oftentimes we will just do so many steps, right? We'll have our rituals and our rites and this and that. I do this process or that process. And it's not saying any of that's wrong. It's all what I call self-devotion practice, which is beautiful. But sometimes you just don't have time for that. Sometimes you just want to, like, you want to walk into a restaurant and you might feel that there's some funky energy in there. Maybe there's somebody had some drama, something happened and you feel it. And especially for those of you who tend to be energetically aware, I would say this is an excellent practice, the halo method, and something simple like halo shield up, right? Your halo is a terminology that's basically a succinct word that now represents your entire quantum field system. So that means astral body, elemental, all of it, right? All your physical body, your emotional body, all those bodies. Instead of going through all that stuff, you're just saying halo. It's just a shortcut key, right? So this is a practice that I've initiated so that people can really be more streamlined and efficient as they're moving through these energies now, okay? Let's see, what's the next thing? Hold on, is this gonna, there we go. So I wanted to just offer this really quick, and then I'm gonna come back on screen full. I'm running this masterclass. If you go to magdalenemasterclass.com, it's called Angelic Light Streaming. And I wanted to give you guys a 30% code, 30% off code today, and it is WISH ALS, so you have that. So I'm just gonna take us out of screen share and just screenshot that if you want. But basically that is where I'm teaching the Halo method, and you can learn more about it there. Okay. So coming back to me, hopefully, we're going to go into an experience now. And this, like I said, we're going to be moving some energies in to provide us with a feeling, right? A feeling, a visceral feeling of the angelic consciousness. And this is specifically aligning us to what I would say are the fire, water elements, right? This dispensation is going to be coming from the sacred mother or the sovereign maternal energies. And you might see that as the sacred feminine, right? Now, in this process, I'm going to call in angels, I'm going to call in my councils and create a halo collectively for us. And then we're going to move these energies through, and they're going to come through in a different way than you might be accustomed to. You're going to get some light that comes in during the halo setup, but then I'm going to be working, as I promised Alan I would, with something I call harmonic alchemy. I used to call it halonetics, but we're just making it harmonic alchemy for better understanding, essentially. These are numbers. So as you move into greater responsibility on this planet as an angelic soul in human form, you gradually regain certain skill sets, let's say, and access. And it is a responsibility. So people ask me, well, can you teach me this? And I tell them, not really, but you can earn it. You can do the work internally, you can do the work energetically, and eventually perhaps gain access, right? That's how I see it, because that's what happened to me. It wasn't something that I started with. I had to move through tremendous amounts of energy and really work out some of those things that I had as a human trauma, right? To make room in my vessel to bring in these energies so that it wouldn't cause too much inflammation in the body and so forth, right? So I teach, again, these angelic dream keys to clear out the vessel. These keys I'm about to bring in, though, are what I might call the seraphim keys. These are high frequencies. So think of like 963 hertz, right? These are frequencies that what they will do is harmonize your halo, okay? It's a harmonic alignment in its own right, harmonizing us so that we can come into grander, greater alignment, and in this case with the feminine that is coming in on the planet right now to bring greater harmony to the world. So that is the intention here today, and that's what we'll be doing. Now, these 3 sets of keys, they come in sets of 6, okay, 3 and 3. They're designed to work at the DNA level. Your DNA is works in sets of 3s. So fundamentally, they're harmonizing you at the DNA level, which then essentially informs your halo or your energetic level. As they come in, I'm going to do 3 sets. The first set is for revealing anything going on in the system that can go. The second set for releasing that energy, and the third set for restoring the energy. It might sound a little technical as it comes through. It might not sound all just like nice and ethereal. It's going to be a little technical, just so you know, it's normal. And I think we'll get started. So here we go. All right. Just taking a deep breath. I'm going to bring some sound in with my sound bowl. Opening up the gates, please. And the crown. Clear. All right, I'm gonna keep that simple today. Just checking on my team, give me a moment. Okay. I call forth the angelic light streams of all creation, the celestial councils of living light, the sovereign light nations of the seraphim, the Elohim, the Ophanim, and the cherubim. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as they are stepping in, as these energies are moving into your field, just resonating you, feel their energy around you like a beautiful blanket of living light. I recognize the Diamond Light nations as well. These nations of ascension are here to support us in every possible way as we move through the evolution of human consciousness. And as these energies come in, I'm specifically resonating with the beautiful Diamond Lion tribe, bringing forward this energy of courage and safety and community. And as these energies are coming in, you may notice other Diamond Light Nation archetypes. These might be like diamond dolphins, diamond unicorns, or Pegasus, the diamond dragons, creating vortex energies around you. And these are energies that can all support you in cleansing, clearing, and releasing your field surrounding you right now, as well as in your home and even your city if you want to expand them out. Give them permission to do so. We also recognize the Diamond Angels, these beautiful beings who are here to assist in the dispensation of all of the harmonic frequencies and tones of light and sound. And we are grateful. Thank you. I recognize also my family of soul tribe, Mother Mary and Father Joseph stepping forward, as well as Brother Yeshua, thank you, and Sister Magdalene, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. As we move into these frequencies of light already, thank you. And Grandmother Hannah as well. And as they are coming into our circle here, they are surrounding you. You may feel them placing their hands upon your heart or upon your shoulders, maybe upon your head. They are here to support you, to honor you, to bless you, and to thank you for saying yes to this lifetime. Thank you. And as this energy is moving more through my system, I am just recognizing that Archangel Metatron of the highest is coming in to assist in creating this halo around us. This beautiful dimensional masterpiece of light, utilizing the sovereign streams of platinum and titanium concurrently, and as it is weaving together a beautiful mesh of light, it is inscribing this into your halo personally and us collectively as a whole. For we are all now held in vibrational council. Thank you, Metatron, for aligning this. The platinum frequency of sovereign femininity, the immortal liberator, if you will, is coming in first, streaming in from your halo into your heart, making room for all of the living light and power of the titanium frequency, that Titan energy, that strength of the sovereign masculine. And as both of these energies are streaming into your heart right now, they are expanding through the hyperdimensional heart space, that beautiful prism of light we call the diamond heart, expanding into your field, your halo, prismatically now. Thank you, Metatron, for aligning us and igniting us. Thank you. I also recognize the beautiful stream of sapphire light that is Archangel Michael. Thank you for imparting your key of light today. And as this key of light is coming in, recognizing it is aligning us to safety, security, and protection in every possible way. Any feelings of separation fully dissolve, knowing that there is only one here, and it is us. It is you, it is I. I know that I am, I know that we are. And as this energy is flowing, we recognize the key of Raphael, Archangel Raphael, bringing in the dispensation of emerald light, bringing in the emerald heart alignment. And as this emerald light stream flows in, it can be bubbling in directly from your heart. You might see it coming in through the top of your head or flowing in from all directions of your halo. However you want to absorb and bring in and magnetize this beautiful emerald light to you, know that it is coming in with love at the highest, vitality at the highest, abundance and prosperity at the highest. And as this energy comes in now, feel and know and imagine your beautiful emerald heart glowing, radiating. We are grateful. Gratitude, magnetizing to us even more. And as this is happening, I recognize Gabriel, the key of Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel, coming in with the golden alchemical light, the fire starter, the one that ignites us to connect. The bridge field of consciousness coming in through the top of the head, down through the central channel of you, radiating in all directions through you and connecting you into the diamond heart of our planet, connecting you to the diamond light version of diamond earth or sovereign earth. And as you are connecting, you are adding beautiful frequencies of love, connection, communication, this golden light cleansing, clearing, and beginning the alchemical process, radiating you to your highest crystallized light self in greater balance with the feminine masculine within. Take a deep breath to receive that and hold it for a moment. And exhale out. Another deep breath into the belly and hold it. And exhale out. And now we are prepared for the rose gold frequency that is flowing in. We have made room for the wisdom and the mysteries of Archangel Raziel. And the key of Raziel brings in greater angelic immunity via this rose gold frequency. And as this energy is flowing in and expanding through you, you become immune to any viral activity of the consciousness. Greater immunity is yours now, for you come into the greater knowledge base and the greater knowing of the living library of all that is, plugged in, firewired, connected. And when you are in this great knowingness, the gnosis of your heart expanded to its highest capacity. This beautiful rose gold current expands through your entire halo, anchoring into the outer edges for greater immunity as well. So as you feel this energy come in, it might have a bit of a spiral vortex feeling. That's normal. And just allowing that energy to expand as we bring forward Archangel Uriel and the diamond light, the frequencies of diamond light coming in from all directions, especially downpouring through your crown, opening up your many petaled lotus or rose at the top of your head, like a satellite dish, receiving all of this beautiful radiant light as this is pouring through you, expanding into your halo. It is creating a prismatic nature to your halo, creating a diamond field shield, if you will. And that will sit there 365, 24/7 unless you take it down. All are sovereign here. So know that that is in place and we are grateful. Thank you, Uriel. And as all of this sparkling aurora type light is coming in through you now, this rainbow frequency, beautiful light. I recognize the violet light beneath us. This is serving as a bridge as well as a dispensary, if you will, of what we are releasing. So we are setting up the amethyst light stream to be a space of receptivity, and Archangel Zadkiel governs this for us along with Lady Amethyst. So we are grateful for that. Thank you for being here. And as they are coming in as consciousness, bringing in this beautiful violet light, just feel that expression and receive the understanding that you are able to release anything you're ready to let go of today, what you give permission to let go of. So now we are moving into harmonic alchemy. The halo chamber, the archangelic chamber of light is now secure and prepared. We begin with halo key 1. Taking a deep breath. Accessing signature at gamma level, please. Seven, 4, 5, 3, 9, 6, activate. 7, 4, 5, 3, 9, 6, activate. 7, 4, 5, 3, 9, 6, activate. Feel the harmonics. 7, 4, 5, 3, 9, 6. Open to receive and align. Seven, 4, 5, 3, 9, 6. Activate ultraviolet for revelation. Seven, 4, 5, 3, 9, 6. Amplify. And what we are doing now is just locating anything in your field that is out of harmony. These frequencies are high intelligence. They know exactly what to do. Your job is simply to breathe, relax, and receive. Seven, 4, 5, 3, 9, 6. Reveal any discordant energies in all fields, all dimensions, all timelines. Expand. Seven, 4, 5, 3, 9, 6. Integrate and harmonize. Hold key state, please. Initiate halo key 2. Nine, 8, 8, 5, 6, 9. Activate. 9, 8, 8, 5, 6, 9. Activate. 9, 8, 8, 5, 6, 9. Activate. Moving into the violet light. 9, 8, 8, 5, 6, 9. Open to receive and align to the violet light. Run violet light stream through central channel, please. Thank you. 9, 8, 8, 5, 6, 9. Expand and amplify through all timelines, systems, dimensions, known and unknown systems. Yes, thank you. Cleanse, clear, and release. Letting go. 9, 8, 8, 5, 6, 9. Release all energetic thought forms and emotional forms, decaying universal energies, hooks, lines, tethers dissolved immediately now and neutralized. Thank you. Nine eight eight 569. Amplified cleansing. All halo dimensions, yes. Nine eight eight 569. Clear any portal energies that are of inappropriate nature, please, from any individuals in the field, in all quantum timelines. Yes, thank you. Nine eight eight 569. Release complete. Yes, thank you. Anchor and harmonize. Hold key. Station. Yes, thank you. Activating Halo Key 3, final key. Access, please. Seven, 3, 7, 9, 9, 8. Activate. 7, 3, 7, 9, 9, 8. Activate. 7, 3, 7, 9, 9, 8. Activate. 7, 3, 7, 9, 9, 8. Open to receive and align. Initiate Diamond Light Stream for full restoration. 7, 3, 7, 9, 8, 8. Amplify full restorative through all systems and trace back. 7, 3, 7, 9, 8, 8. Initiate Christed light codes of the divine sacred feminine. Per the highest consciousness of each individual, dispense appropriately per their permissions of their teams, any and all DNA activation to the diamond light. 7, 3, 7, 9, 8, 8. Dispense now, fully encrypted. Thank you. Alatuna stakana shuna heleti shuna katani heleti shana. Alkudata shamaya heleti konasa alati shuada maleti maleti maleti. 7, 3, 7, 9, 8, 8. Cleanse, clear, purify, full restoration of entire Halo system of each individual and the collective. Full harmonic alignment engaged and light optimized, please. 7, 3, 7, 9, 8, 8. Synchronize all keys. Integrate and harmonize. Synthesis complete. Thank you. And reinforce all spinal stations. Alignment complete. Thank you. Bringing the halo back into normal resonance. Landing our clouds, if you will, coming back into the center point field of view. Coming back into the station of now. I'm aligning this with a final soul key. Maranaharati korai Maraina hareti zura Jareina kanazi Kunai hereti It is my greatest honor and pleasure to welcome you back. Happy landings. If you flew off anywhere, it is time to come back home. And if you are fully present with me, congratulations. And thank you for allowing me to bring through these sacred codes of light, through these harmonic light streams. These frequencies of light should have an effect for the next 24 to 72 hours. Please drink plenty of water to hydrate and radiate all of the energies through your systems, your organs, and so forth. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm open to questions. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Alan, as well, and Neil.
Wow. That was amazing. What a beautiful way to bring everything together this evening. That activation was deep. I could feel just all of the energy just moving through my body. It felt like it started at the crown, moved all the way down. My face got really warm, moved down the body. And then it was like I could feel something here in the back that was at work. That was very powerful. So when you bring through your activations, are you channeling that information from your higher beings?
I'm channeling it essentially from source, but where I access that source is at the seraphim level, because the seraphim you can think of as like the superhighways, right? So I'm triangulating into those superhighways, if you will, and pulling in encrypted keys and their Hertz frequencies as well as DNA activators. So again, these are multidimensional, right? So we want to always think like, oh, it's this, but it's actually this and so much more. So I let go of the mental analysis to some degree, because sometimes the numerologists in the room will be like, what do the numbers mean, right? And in actuality, yes, there's a certain Hertz element of frequency, but more importantly, it is in that very moment securing that stream. And so it's dispensing very pure consciousness and highly activating consciousness for our DNA, so we can reassemble the Christos within. And the Christos Sophia, some people call it the Christ Magdalene, however you want to see that. But the point is, we are regaining these templates ourselves, so then we can then essentially harmonically put them into the system again, because they were taken out for a while. And so we're putting them back in, if that makes sense.
Yes. So now earlier you said that you were going to share an offer to people. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so if they go to angelicacademy.com, that is my main website. They can get my free Diamond Light meditation. If this resonated with them, this will run them through the ultraviolet, violet, and diamond light downstreams, but in a very different way, not with the halo keys, specifically just running light. Okay, so that's my first free gift for everybody. The other option is for my Magdalene Masterclass. So magdalenemasterclass.com is the URL. And when you go there, that is going to forward you to something called Crowdcast. This is where I broadcast this masterclass. That is the first step. And that is where you purchase entry into the class. It is normally basically at a discount at $9.97, but I'm going to offer everyone 30% off that with the discount code WISH, ALS, for Angelic Light Streaming. And what this class is 8 weeks. We only have done 1 week so far, which is just last Tuesday. So there's still time to get it. And basically it started on the 144. Everything's quantum in my world, of course, as yours. So I bring in the energies on these specific dates that these very specific keys align to. And these are ancient keys, and I explain all about them in the masterclass. The other thing is that it runs through the 2-22-22, which is the 244. So I thought that was very interesting, the alignments on it. And there are 8 keys that specifically prepare everyone to do what I do, which is stream. So it's like getting firewired, plugged into source and the creator of your soul, so that you are very clear, very discerning, and we move a lot of energy through. I mean, I think the first key, everyone was up a little later than normal because they weren't quite prepared for that amount of light. But what I will say is it's quite an energetic journey. And I've never done this class before the way that I'm doing it. I'm really excited that it came in just in time to start off this year of 222. So yeah, absolutely. MagdaleneMasterclass.com. And again, I'll put it in the chat, but it's Wish ALS is the discount for 30% off. So that's my offer for today.
Awesome. So one of the things that we've been talking about is the energy coming up for the year, and the synergy that we're creating here, of course, is going to ripple out. But are you receiving any type of information or any insights about the potential for this year?
Yeah, this is what I know for myself. Because of what I do, I really avoid future forecasting. And the reason I say that is because I manage a lot of timelines. That's part of my skill sets. So I might see into a timeline potentiality, similar to what Bridget was saying, and there's certain timelines we've collapsed out and are no longer in effect anymore, right? That's happening on the regular. So for me to sit here and say, oh, this is going to happen by tomorrow or 2 days from now or 5 days from now, it could be obsolete again. So this is really why I say it's very important to check in every day, to kind of just know what your harmony is. And to me, the most important thing we can do is visualize the planetary outcome that we want to see versus buy into the consciousness in the field, because there's a lot of discordant energies, chaos creation. And I liken it to, if you're in a stream of consciousness and you can either be the salmon in that stream swimming through and someone's trying to hook you to their conscious stream and pull you out, right? Like fishermen coming in, like, let me get you over here on this trauma train. Or you can become the stream. You're not even the salmon anymore. You just go into a broader bandwidth of consciousness. So none of that really affects you. You're able to hold greater graceful authority and neutrality, and you can support and help others get out of their living hell that they're creating if they're in fear all the time, right? I mean, somebody has to hold that station, right? Somebody has to hold that frequency field in order to support others. So my biggest teachings or lessons to others is just to teach them how to do that versus worrying about what is everything going on out there. I say, what do you want to see happen? What would you like to see show up? And focus on that. Focus on your greatest love, your greatest harmony, greatest unified consciousness, all children healthy, happy, and whole. Everybody is able to thrive in every way. Everything that's causing discordant energy is starting to dismantle because the truth is rising rapidly, so we can get through this faster. However you want to see that unfold, right? And I know that's easier said than done in certain areas of the planet when people are getting faced with very crucial decision-making things and they're, in concern about it. But what I can say is this: when you are fully plugged in, you have a greater immunity. And so my invitation again is to remember who you really are, more than your human suit, right? And but what I do know for foreseeable future, let's just say the next 3 months, what I see probably happening is that there will be some massive revelations coming in and massive dismantling of some of the corrupted systems, if you will. So that is exactly probably. Yeah, time is always a relative one, but I would say, March is a good one to look at. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about March.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, yeah.
Yeah, when I originally finished, I did a 72-day journey back in 2020 when we were all in lockdown, because it was like, why not, right? And one of the things that my team mentioned to me was party like it's 2022. So there was a significance to that, especially coming in the early mid 2020. I was kind of like, really? That long? I wasn't really happy to hear that. But what I know is here we are. So we're in 2022 now, and this vibration of love that is coming in on the 6th vibration, of course, is also a high harmonic master number, and it is also aligning us to, like I said earlier, this sacred feminine frequency to bring greater harmony in. And when we come into more harmony, then the aspects that are disharmonious, the inverted nations and stations of that, got to go, right? So that's the idea, at least.
Awesome, beautiful. Alan, do you or Neil have any questions?
Are they still floating?
I think they might be. I think they might be. So when you do these
happens.
activation, right? When you do these activations, you know, like for me, I had a very visceral experience. So when you do the activations, I'm sure everyone feels something differently. And is that an indication as to, oh, you better drink tons of water, you need to sleep more? Have you found some type of a commonality in the sensations that people receive during the activations?
I would say everybody's different because we're all unique as a fingerprint, right? We're all unique. So every signature stream is different. Some people get so lit up, like I said, they have insomnia a little bit, so they might have to take some melatonin. Other people have vibration and heat, like you said, you felt a little heat, right? Where the heat is happening, it tends to be that there's recalibration going on. There's something massively shifting, right? There's some belief system, consciousness, something going on in the system that needs to be transmuted and alchemized. If people are feeling a lot of energy, it's usually just because there's transformation alchemy happening. If they're feeling nothing, which is not very often that happens, but let's say they feel absolutely nothing, it's because they're not ready for the dispensation. So they're just kind of holding station with it, right? They're just, it's like they have to do some other things first before this can come in and have any effect. If they completely go out, let's say, right, they're not even present, and that can happen too. This happens a lot, where the minute I start streaming and setting, even just the halo, that halo experience, the reason I do that first is to ensure that everybody's buffered from each other, so no one's cross-pollinating through field dynamics. I'm also setting that up so that everybody is in alignment with their specific team, so that if it's for them, it's for them. If it's not, it's not. It's organizing all that, right? And then it's also amplifying what we're doing so that it can affect the planet. So there's a lot going on that we just did. Now, when people immediately drop out, like because there's a hypnotic level maybe to it for them or whatever, right? They just kind of go and float out. It's because sometimes they have an appointment. You know, this happened, I think, Bridget, in one of my rooms on Clubhouse. You know, she's just flew out because she had an appointment. And that'll happen too. Like your team's like, oh, good, she's up, you know, and they take them out. So again, everybody's different. I can't say there's more than, I think they're all individual. But what I would say is, yes, drink lots of water. Like right now, what I have in this water, a couple drops of dragon's blood, which is very high antioxidant. Dragon's blood is a beautiful additive that is just like it's like a tincture, right? That I use. And the importance of it is because it has 2.9 million level on the ORAC level of antioxidants. As a comparison, acai berries are 100,000, right? Green tea's 100, right? This is off the charts antioxidants. Why is that important for a stream like myself? Because as I'm moving that energy through my body, I'm burning up my antioxidants, right? There's elements that are happening physically. So I'm recharging my physical. I'm giving my physical what it needs. I also put trace minerals, right? Because that helps with the electromagnetics of my body. So I'm just giving you a little bit of insider information in terms of what I supplement my system with, but water is super important, you know, and whatever we can do to structure the water with some lemon juice or anything else that you learn about to structure your water, you can do it energetically, I suppose, is important as well, so that you can really absorb, right, and hydrate. So that is my suggestion for everybody, is just make sure you drink lots of water. It's really the only one I give them, because what I know is their teams and their connections, you're all networked. It's not just you, as you and all the elements of you, and they know what they're doing. And when we come into real trust in that, and we know that we're held and supported, and you're held and supported by all the consciousness that I brought in the halo as well, of course, then what's there to worry about? You just integrate it in the process that it requires. And if you need a nap, take a nap. If you're fully lit and get creative, utilize that, right? Everyone's going to have a different experience with it because it's specific to your needs. Yeah.
Wonderful. It does. Okay. So in our final little wrap up, do you have any words that you would like to leave us with?
Let me call Magdalene in. Would that be okay?
That would be awesome.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Sweet souls, look at you. Hmm. I am so honored. This is my advice as we step into this year. Affection. Affection for yourself and more affection for others. Acceptance. Acceptance to what is and what isn't. What is here for you always is experience, and all experience is valid. My other recommendation is to let go of more and more of what you are attached to in the material, the things that you collect. That might even be people. Pay attention to who you surround yourselves with. Who is your tribe? Who is your inner circle? How are they resonating? Do they align to your greatest joy? Or do their energetics feel toxic to you now? It is important to detox on all levels right now, to gain greater harmony of light and love within you. Maretuno karata shutarare, holeti kanazutari, shukarate ni shuata, mireti karaenia. What I know is this: we are all connected. There is no separation. And everything that attempts to separate you in your experience, any label that you hold tightly to as your identity, other than the one true light that you are, has a potential to divide you, brother to brother and sister to sister. And what I recommend is to elevate your light, come into the higher states of consciousness that see all, what we term the angels, and from that viewpoint, create a whole new world. I leave you now with love in my heart, peace in my mind, and harmony in my soul, so that you may feel and receive the same. May you be blessed in the highest. Aho, Ashe, Ahava. Amen. Hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And thank you for doing such a magnificent job on tying everything together for us to help us move firmly and energetically into the new year. We have lots of tools in our toolkit now. So thank you so much. So could you please go ahead and repeat your contact information, maybe put it in the chat, and your website so people
Absolutely.
can reach out to you?
Yeah, so everybody can find me at the Hug Angel. Okay, so that's really easy, at the Hug Angel on all social media, especially Instagram. I also am in Clubhouse as the Hug Angel. If you're in there, and I do Magdalene meditations on Fridays, you can check those out. Otherwise, angelicacademy.com, and the Magdalene Masterclass, the first one for 2022 is happening now. You can join, again, 30% off with WISH ALS for angelic light streaming. And that code will get you, again, the 30% off. And I'm just so grateful. And just go to MadeleineMasterclass.com if you'd like to jump into that. We start again on Tuesday, so there's still time.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Alan, I saw